This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
And that gets things running. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, I just love the positivity and attitude that Erling Haaland delivers on a football field. It's almost as if he's still on the training ground. And there's one little story in a game where he scored 4, but he was still angry. And asked why he was angry, he said, well, I missed one of my good chances. I think he's destined for greatness.
Hard to disagree with that. It is the sort of situation he thrives in. Back into the middle. The ball is loose and the chase is on. João Neves. Araujo. João Cancelo. Looks to the other side. Nuno Mendes. Vitinha. Pedro Neto. Played out wide. João Neves. And the shot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Disappointed with that. And that could set him on his way. Now it's Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto takes aim and crosses. Oh, great chance! He's found the way through. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. João Neves. Caresses it through. That has been knocked clear. Corner. They've played it short, and it's Mendes. And it's kept out by a stubborn defence. Pedro Neto, and he's gone backward here. Vitinha. Out to the left it goes. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Ustigard, he's fizzed it forward. Proves too strong. Ruben Neves. Pedro Neto. Nuno Mendes. João Felix. João Felix, laid out to the left flank. A header! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Keeper's dealt with that. That's going to go a long way. And it's Ruben Neves. And here's Neto. Climbs up big! Goal! Portugal! And Portugal score first! That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
So well played, Peter. Peter, did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Norway finding themselves unexpectedly behind. João Felix. Gonçalo Inácio. João Neves. Gonçalo Inácio. And he goes cross-field. João Felix. Ruben Neves. Vitinha. Good ball, good take. Gonçalo Ramos! Oh, denied brilliantly.
Gonçalo Ramos actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
A worry or two.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Vitinha. Nuno Mendes. Mendes shifted upfield. And here's João Felix. Pedro Neto. And it's Neves. He can get that clear. Ball's gone out of play. Nuno Mendes pings it across, and the keeper has it. Bob. Ødegaard played out towards the right wing. Looking for a decent ball in. Cross needs to be good. And he's there to clear it. Bob. Oh, that's nice. Lofted in. Too long and over the line. João Neves. Portugal making the ideal start. It is something to build on.
Well, this is all down to a big team commitment to exercise a measure of control, and it's working.
Cuts out the pass. Haaland is onto it in a flash. Araujo gets over and intercepts. Vitinha. Nuno Mendes. Portugal out in front with an early advantage. João Felix knocks it out wide. Cross to the back post. Aim forwards. Ødegaard. Inacio, and the keeper's got it again. João Neves. So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Ryerson. Norway have reclaimed it. Moved on forwards. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Ruben Neves. And here's Neto. Out towards the flank. Nuno Mendes. And it's hoisted clear. Bob. And it's played forward. Now that's well seen too. Haaland. Shapes to shoot! It's off target and by quite a way.
Norway really have been deserted by their composure and allowed frustration to take over, and it's not a good sign.
João Neves. João Cancelo. Vitinha. Gonçalo Inacio. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Portugal are very much in charge here, dominating possession and a goal to the good. And here's Ramos. Now it's João Felix. João Felix has been caught there, it's a foul. That'll be a throw-in. Vitinha puts the ball in. Driving forward. Bob. Can he deliver? Ødegaard. Oh, what a climb! Nuno Mendes. Vitinha. Ruben Neves, gently done. And he's managed to get free. Hit into the middle. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. That's really well manoeuvred. Over to the left. He's shifting through the gears here. Spread out to the left. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Well, that is good, super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And here's Ramos. And here's João. Chance, surely! Lingered over it, and the chance to counter had gone.
João Felix cannot be that slow, and it took the sting out of the break, and a big chance wasted.
And again, they run up against stubborn defending. The muscular approach does pay off here. And it's Ødegaard. Bob unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Well, nicely intercepted. Driven forward. Bob. Ryerson. Bob. And he shoots! Oh, good delivery, almost the perfect outcome.
That's good play, plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Neves. Vitinha. Vitinha shifted upfield. And he cuts out the supply. Bob. Now it's Haaland. Big chance! And that has been knocked clear. Ødegaard. Now here's the delivery. Ødegaard, oh, good spread. Crossing. It's a mighty effort! Harmlessly behind. João Neves. Vitinha. João Cancelo. João Neves. Pedro Neto. And here's Ramos. Gonzalo Ramos! Good strike, quite an alarm. Araujo, aim forwards, and it's Cancelo. João Cancelo, oh, it's played into the area. Bob. Now it's Haaland. And he's lost his man here. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Quality ball.
Haaland really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
João Cancelo, gently done.
Portugal have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Vitinha. Nuno Mendes. Well timed, excellent interception. Oh, sweet feet. And here's João Felix. Ødegaard. Here's Neto, and here's Ramos. Now it's Pedro Neto, and it's Neves, and here's Neto. Gonzalo Ramos. Gonzalo Ramos! No mistake. Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring.
Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Portugal are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Haaland knocks it out wide. The ball goes in. Up he goes! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Moved on forwards. João Felix. Nuno Mendes. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Araujo. Vitinha. Pedro Neto. João Neves. João Cancelo. Looking here to chip it through. Oh, can he get onto this? Araujo. Ruben Neves. And it's played forward. And that's a throw. That's a lovely, neat pass. That has been cut short. Ruben Neves. João Neves, forwards and with intent. And here's Ramos. João Felix! Now it's Haaland. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Clears it away. Pedro Neto. Goal kick as confirmed by the referee. Nice interception, well timed. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Norway clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
He is through here. Ustigard. Oh, there's a probing ball. Gonzalo Inacio. Pedro Neto. Played out to the right. Lovely feet. Cleared away. And here's Neto. Oh, that was very necessary. João Cancelo. Vitinha. Nice physical challenge. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Played out wide. He is just caressing the ball. There's the shot!
Well, even for him, that may have been a touch ambitious.
Reyes. João Neves getting this one clear. João Neves did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Out to the right. Well read, nice interception. Haaland looks to get on the end of this. Pedro Neto. Oh, that's neat. Pedro Neto. And he's had a shot! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Gonzalo Ramos certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Out to the left it goes. João Cancelo, aim forwards. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Now it's Ramos. Gonzalo Ramos! A real chance and a real let-off.
Gonzalo Ramos probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
That's very neat. That's really well manoeuvred. Defending of the desperate variety. And that's a dangerous ball. And that has been clubbed away. Joao Felix does really well to win the ball there. Pedro Neto. Joao Cancelo. And there's green grass ahead of him. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Vitinha. Bob. That's the throw. Nuno Mendes. Vitinha. Portugal, half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto, played out towards the right wing. Tries a deft little ball.
Really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Moved on forwards. João Neves. Gonzalo Inacio. And it's played forward. Throw it. Nuno Mendes. João Neves. Ruben Neves. Vitinha shifted upfield. Now it's Joao Felix. Joao Felix showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Ruben Neves. Joao Felix. Ødegaard. Bob. Ødegaard. Now then, the ball's come loose. That's really well manoeuvred. Vitinha. And here's Joao Felix. Mendes. And that's aimed into the middle. What a throw in. And it's Neves. Vitinha. And he has been fouled there. Ruben Neves! It's anyone's ball now. João Neves. does it for now. Østegard. Haaland is onto it in a flash. Ødegaard. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. Portugal really could have done without this. A lot of furious gesticulation, but it is never going to make the referee overturn a decision.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Not a twitch, not a blink.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Played towards the other side. Ryerson. Bob, aim forwards. João Neves. 2 minutes to be added on. Araujo chooses to go cross-field. And it's played forward. Over to the left. And it's Mendes. Now who's going to be first to this? Up towards the front line. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Bob. And here's the chance to counter. He's got away. It's a threatening... Haaland! It's in! Norway are back in business. We have ourselves a real game here.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down.
And the first 45 minutes are up. Portugal are finally getting a much-needed break. It's been absolutely breathless stuff so far.
It's kind of a hard one to call, Peter, isn't it? I mean, from what we've seen so far, both sides have provided ample evidence that they can add more goals, and I'm sure their respective managers have reminded them that the next one will be pretty crucial. So it's going to be interesting to see how the teams come out for the next period.
Terrific half, 4 goals split evenly, beautifully set up for the second period to follow. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Ryerson. A heavy challenge. He's been bundled over, that is a foul.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Odegaard! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Araujo. Araujo carries the ball down the right. Pedro Neto. Ruben Neves. João Cancelo. Ruben Neves. And here's Neto. Deftly away. Chance for a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Araujo. João Neves. Inacio, gently done. And it's Mendes. Well, good play on the left-hand side here. Tries to get it clear. Bob. Now it's Bob. Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Gonzalo Inacio. Araujo. João Neves. Pedro Neto. João Cancelo. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Calmly anticipates. Out of play for a throw. Now that's well seen too. Odegaard played out to the left flank. It'll be a throw-in. Pedro Neto. Araujo. Ruben Neves. João Felix. Spread out to the left. Bob. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
João Felix. And here's Ramos. He's beat. Can he finish? Moved on forwards. Inacio cuts it out. João Neves. Ruben Neves. And it's Cancelo. João Cancelo. Here comes the cross. Gonzalo Inacio. Vitinha. Ruben Neves. João Felix, and it's lofted through here. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Portugal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Oh, it's a searing run. He is a man on a mission. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Oh, nicely intercepted. Ryerson. Ødegaard. That's been drilled forward. And here's Haaland. Araujo wins the duel this time. Vitinha. Ødegaard. Gonzalo Ramos is being harried and hassled.
Well, to be fair to that defence, it's nigh on impossible to cater for such astute movement, but at least, eventually, they've made the right call.
Bob. He is through here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Mendes chips it through. And he's heaved it away. Out to the left it goes. Vitinha with it's a mighty effort! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
That looks a good ball through. Pedro Neto gets into some space. And it's Cancelo. So who's he picking out? That's tidy. It's gone for a throw-in. Gets good distance on it. Araujo. And it's played forward. Araujo probing pass. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
That's really well manoeuvred. He is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Ryerson. Aim forwards. Cleared away. Vitinha, gently done. That's a nicely shaped ball. Nuno Mendes. Nice control. Whistle's gone, and the referee has given a penalty. Portugal have themselves a chance from the spot. The players protesting furiously, but there's little or no sympathy from the ref.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Not much more than a formality.
Should we have ever doubted him? Cool as you like.
Portugal take the lead. Ødegaard goes forward. Ustigard, that's a sharp pass. That's really well cleared. Bob. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep.
Norway really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Ooh, can he get onto this? Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And here's Haaland. Now it's Haaland. Haaland! Oh, extraordinary.
It's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Vitinha. Gonzalo Inacio moved on forwards. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Great ball if he can get there. Ødegaard. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Gonzalo Inacio. João Neves, and it's played forward. João Felix is onto it in a flash. And that's really well manoeuvred. João Neves gets across to intercept that. Ruben Neves shifted upfield. Pedro Neto. And that's nice and simple for the keeper. And reclaimed it in a trice. Pedro Neto! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
We're talking about creating a problem for yourself? OK, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
Clearly not happy with that. Vitinha. Gonzalo Ramos. Now it's Vitinha. Mendes picks it up now. Ustigard gets it clear. And it's Mendes. Nuno Mendes. And here's João Felix. João Felix. Real chance! That has been knocked clear. Pedro Neto clears it away. Vitinha. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Ødegaard aim forwards. Oh, played right into his path. Haaland! Haaland! Brilliant! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. Norway are back in business. The vision wonderful, the technique perfect.
Well, he had time to weigh up the fact that the keeper was vulnerable, and he duly lobbed him.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
This has become one superb game of football.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
That's really well manoeuvred. And here's Ramos. Over to the left. Gets his head on it! Goal! Portugal! And again they hit the front.
Portugal, the danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Ustigard, gently done. Comes under pressure and it's come loose. Vitinha. Gonzalo Inacio. And here's João Felix. And here's Ramos. And it's Vitinha. And here's Neto, Pedro Neto! Oh, that was no routine save.
Pedro Neto is offering a right smile there.
Gonzalo Inacio. Araujo. Vitinha. Nuno Mendes. João Neves. João Felix. João Neves. Now it's Pedro Neto. João Cancelo. João Cancelo. That's a delicate pass. And he's there to get it away. Inacio have it back and can go again. Decent progress down the left. Nuno Mendes with the cross. Neves. João Felix, laid out to the left flank. Spread out to the left. Moved on forwards. Now it's Haaland. Bob. Ryerson. That's good play. Bob crosses it in. He's dealt with that well. Norway can make their change now with a break in play. And the keeper has it. Nuno Mendes, and it's played forward, and it's been played through, and he's managed to get free. And here's Joao Felix. Ostergaard with the clearance. Berger. Just about up to 75 minutes. Strong running down that left flank. Crunching tackle. João Cancelo did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Oh, this looks sharp. Haaland chasing after it. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Nuno Mendes. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Joao Felix. Tries a shot! Decent enough try.
His reputation is better than what we've just seen.
And he cuts out the supply. João Neves. Gonçalo Inácio. Ruben Neves, forwards and with intent. Well timed, excellent interception. And here's Ramos. Pedro Neto knocks it out wide. That'll be a throw. Portugal are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able. Portugal surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Out towards the flank. Bob. Mendes shifted upfield. Vitinha. Ruben Neves, forwards and with intent. And it's Mendes. Pedro Neto!
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
João Neves. Ruben Neves. That has been cut short. Moved on forwards. Now it's Ramos. Pedro Neto. Clipped into space. Nuno Mendes. Goes for the header! Great effort. He flew in with courage.
No complaints about his effort and commitment. He just needs to start heading in the right direction. You get the drift.
Vitinha played over towards the opposite flank. Has a look and plays it forward. Nuno Mendes. And it's played forward. He came in hard, very hard.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Bob. Berger. That's really well manoeuvred. Inacio tries to clear.
Norway really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Aim forwards. And he's there to clear it. Norway have got it back and they'll have another go. And he's got his cross in.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away and event...
And the finish! And the lead stays intact, just.
Haaland absolutely knew he could ill afford to miss that.
Thinks one through. That's good vision. Cleared without complication. And there's going to be another change here. That is a little undercooked.
Portugal clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Moved on forwards. Brilliantly cut out.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Gonzalo Inacio. João Neves. And it's played forward. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Gets it away. Oh, some tackle that. Oh, it's come loose. Now it's Berger. Danger averted for now.
Norway really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Time to deliver. He's having a shot! Oh, that could cost them. Mendes, who does have an assist to his name. Ruben Neves, given the lift of his goal. Gonzalo Inacio. Nuno Mendes. Ruben Neves. Vitinha. Out to the left it goes. Very nicely done. Gonzalo Ramos.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Oh, red, nice interception. Ruben Neves. I think we're just about done here. Nuno Mendes. Lobbed in behind. Oh, perfectly measured that. That has been knocked clear.
Portugal can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Berger. It really is now or never. They need a goal however it comes.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Pedro Neto. João Neves. Diogo Dalot. Vitinha. Araujo. João Neves. João Felix. Oh, that's a nice ball.
Portugal nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Rui Silva claims it, and the danger passes. And it's Vitinha. João Felix. That's a nicely wasted... Gonzalo Ramos! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Keeper's got good distance on that. Ruben Neves. João Neves. Pedro Neto. Gonzalo Ramos! Denied by an instinctive save.
Gonzalo Ramos really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Mendes cuts out the pass. Referee's given a throw. We have got changes here, from both sides in fact.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Takes a shot! Odegaard. Norway cannot afford for this to peter out. There just isn't time left. That is lovely. Chance for a cross, maybe now or never. Odegaard. Long ball looking to counter. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. And it's been played through. Oh, that is asking for trouble. And shoots! He hits the net. And surely that does it. Perfect time. Decisive strike. Pedro Neto, a mere formality, nigh on a certainty, he is truly in the zone.
Peter, I can tell you, that was nothing short of a cold-blooded execution.
Portugal could not have picked a better time to snatch a two-goal lead. Is there still time for a response?
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Ruben Neves. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. And they've got a throw. That's a good run down the left. Played in with purpose. He can get that clear. And it's Ruben Neves. Vitinha. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Haaland. Now he's off and running. Portugal can probably lay claim to the title of having been the better side here. Certainly more results driven as they went about their business in Anif.